right, Matrixx and Rhodes show supporters. Well, we've got yet another, it looks like another man that was caught in a woman's locker room with Planet Fitness, this time in another location in Pennsylvania. And we have a picture of that said person in that locker room. Now, it should be noted that in the comments of this, or whoever posted the picture, and there's no confusion, it's a guy. But they do put in there something about, hey, call your local LA Fitness, blah, 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 to get a membership. The only problem is, the things I've seen online is that LA Fitness has the exact same policy that Planet Fitness does. And in fact, most of these overwhelming franchise kind of gyms all seem to defer to the safety of biological men as opposed to the safety of women. Guys, find a local gym, right? An individually owned, non-franchise local gym that you know is going to be there. The problem with a lot of the local guys is they get put out of business by the big guys. But there's always 3 or 4 good ones in an area, usually. I've got a really good one. So this is the picture right here. Libs of TikTok put it out here. Wow, this is a Planet Fitness in Pennsylvania that has men in the women's locker room making women feel uncomfortable and unsafe. Planet Fitness isn't safe for women. So there he is right there. Now, this is what the post reads. That's a man in Downingtown, Planet Fitness, women's locker room. There's a woman right back there on her phone. I don't know what the hell she could be thinking right now. As passed by, to me by a concerned Planet Fitness member. When asked, Downingtown PF is okay with men in women's locker rooms. So somebody evidently went and asked them, it's time to find a new place to work out after school. Call the manager at LA Fitness for $55 off a membership. Now, that's the only part about this that rubs me the wrong way, because it's brought up right here. Doesn't LA Fitness do the same thing? That's what I thought. Now, some of these franchise gyms, is my understanding, and here you go right here, they're all the same, folks. This is LA Fitness. Transgender individuals may use the locker room associated with the gender in which they identify. So you got to be careful with that, right? I don't know if maybe that's more up to an individual club or member or what it is. The actual ownership of it, as you can imagine, and we'll look at some of the response on that. And it's crazy. Yeah, this is not okay. That's not a transgender. He just wants to see women getting undressed in the locker room. I think that's what a lot of us think, right? Is we're just talking about now about perverts wanting to be in locker rooms with women and young girls. Let's just keep it real. Is concerning their facility. Planet Fitness is turning their facilities into a center for harassment and voyeurism. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. What a clown show. We're just trying to be inclusive, guys. You're just trying to be inclusive of creepy guys. It certainly seems like Planet Wokeness right there. It certainly seems like they're putting the emphasis on the male, said creepy male, than the safety of women. There's no confusion or doubt about that, I don't think. I honestly cannot believe society is at this point in evolution. I agree with that. This person, is that person even trying? I can't tell that the guy even looks like he's like trying to be. At least the other guy, I think, was shaving his legs or something. But, which obviously doesn't make it any better. But this guy just looks like some dude. Literally, some dude in the locker room. Planet Fitness does not protect women. Let's get them delisted from the stock exchange. I agree. Just to be clear, this man wasn't even identifying as a woman either. Not that should be a legitimate excuse. I wonder if that agreement that members sign when they join Planet Fitness indicates the bathrooms would be shared like this. My gut feeling is it's in the small print. All right? But that does not mean, let's be real, they know damn good and well people aren't going to read the small print. And so they're pearl clutching that bullshit, right? Doesn't mean we can't put them out of business. I mean, just being honest. So this has been revealed. The Daily Mail, and I just found this. Another woman back in 2015 had the same issue. A Planet Fitness member who was banned for complaining about a transgender female in women's locker rooms in 2015 said she knew this was going to happen again as she saw the latest controversy embroiling the gym. Yvette Cormier, a Michigan woman who had her membership with Planet Fitness canceled 9 years ago, told DailyMail.com on Thursday that she saw a lot of parallels between her case and Patricia Sylvia. Sylvia made headlines last week when she expressed her outrage that a man with a penis was carrying out his ablutions in front of her and a young girl wrapped in a towel. She confronted the individual and alerted the staff. She offered support for Sylvia and joined the conservative calls for a boycott, as she did in 2015 when she complained about seeing a transgender woman in the women's locker room in Midland. There is Yvette right there, the lady in question. There's Patricia from the incident up in Alaska that happened most recently. Cormier sued Planet Fitness for invasion of privacy, sexual harassment, and retaliation, breach of contract, and emotional distress. Sylvia lost her appeals court, found the... I think they got a misprint here. It's supposed to say Cormier. Cormier lost, but an appeals court found the gym violated the Consumer Protection Act by not properly informing members that transgender women would be allowed to use the women's restroom, the Detroit Free Press reported in 2018. So she ultimately won, it looks like, on appeals. That's the purpose for having men's and women's locker rooms, for the men to go into men's and the women's to go into women's, Cormier told the Daily Mail. I suggested early on they have a unisex bathroom, and then people who are transitioning or, whatever, could use that bathroom. Well, look, I'm going to tell you where I sort of have the issue at this point. The fact that we keep entertaining this. I mean, I'm just being real here. The fact that a unisex bathroom. No, I mean, look, let's think about getting you some help. How about that? And I'm not talking about help into a bathroom. And I did a video the other day. We found out now Planet Fitness gave a double middle finger stone cold stunner right to the face of all women by after it was revealed that the said transgender was getting an escort for safety. And while he's using the locker room, somebody's hanging around watching out for him, not the women. Yeah, it's crazy to me. And I got to be real here. What are the women doing that are still involved with this? Why is anybody still going to Planet Fitness? But why in the world have all women not just checked out on this? I mean, I don't get it. This should not, and that's part of the problem, is this shows you the radical nature of the progressive left, that this is even a bipartisan issue. Shouldn't be. You got men in a woman's locker room. This shouldn't have party lines. It does. And they're advocating it and supporting it. Well, you got a problem too, Jack. Trying to be a Jill. I don't know. That's crazy to me, but it's nuts to find out this happened before. And as you can imagine, I mean, people, you got a new one here doing this. Stop going to chain gyms. Yeah, absolutely. We can just look a couple more reactions. Stop going to chain gyms. There are plenty of good people operating independent gyms in your town. Support them instead. Buy local. I mean, I can't support that any more than I am. That's correct, and that's the way this should be handled. Vote with your feet and cancel your membership. Find a gym rooted in reality, not in feelings. Agreed. I'm uncomfortable enough with just women in a locker room. I can't imagine having a naked dude in there. This is insane. If you haven't canceled your membership yet, you are the problem. I agree. At this point, I will say this. When I canceled my membership the other day, there were still quite a few dudes in there, like wearing their American flag hats and their, things where you can blatantly tell they're conservative, they're supporting Trump, pro-America, and they're still working out. And I'm wondering, I'm like, how many people just, and I think sometimes we believe people follow Twitter or that everybody's watching YouTube or Rumble or whatever, and I don't think they are, okay? They're just doing something like watching Newsmax or watching Fox News, and a lot of people only consume 15 or 20 minutes worth of news a day, and a lot of people don't even do that. I think you've got a ton of members that would cancel their membership but have no idea this is going on right now. All right? There's a lot of people I know that don't have an X/Twitter account. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.